Nice to meet you all, you okay? So, yeah, I'm basically a mindfulness and yoga teacher, breathwork teacher, and I've helped many people over the last 10 years and been studying myself intensely and others. So hopefully today I'll be able to show you what I know, get you involved with it, and maybe hopefully give you some techniques that you can use in life if you don't already know them, that is some people do. So it's nice to meet you all. You all look like you're ready for the snow next week. So, we've all just eaten halfway.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got full tummies, you feel quite chilled. What I want you to do is get comfortable on your chairs. So, just adjust yourself, get yourself comfortable. Everybody comfortable? Yep. Right, so what my sessions involve is closing your eyes a lot. Why? Because having the sense of sight is amazing, yes, and those who have it are privileged should be thankful, but it often leads us astray as well. You need it to see, to study, but also it leads us astray and distracts us, and quite often distracts us from what's going on here. So what we're going to do now we're comfortable, make sure you are, you can slouch if you like, I want you to close your eyes. And don't worry about anybody else around you. And I want you to just look from your head down to your toes and just notice if you are holding on. Many people, when they first come to me, say, no, I'm not. I look around and I see it. Is your jaw tight? Your arms folded? You're making fists with your hands? Your legs crossed? All these things are ways of holding, not letting go. So just see if you can just open up. Let the hands relax. Unfold the arms. Let your jaw relax. Let your legs feel heavy. Do a scan, again from head to toe. Just notice the body. Is it symmetrical? Many of us are one-sided, not all of us, as in we're taught to be dominant. Luckily in our day, you can be either left or right, but in the past it was dominant right. But most of us, 99.9% of us are dominant on one side, which leads to, in the long run, imbalance. You know, standing into one leg more than the other, obviously using one arm, one leg more than the other to perform while the other supports. And this creates imbalance on both sides of the body. So I want you to try to, whilst you're here with your eyes closed, just create more equality on both sides of the body, more symmetry. Your shoulders level. Your arms level, your legs level. Is one leg doing something different to the other? Just for a few moments, make those adjustments with your eyes closed. Now I want you to bring your awareness to what I believe and what all my classes are about is the most powerful tool that we have. And this is my tool for resilience. It's what today's about, to resilience. The breath. I want you to bring your focus to your breathing. Now I don't want you to judge it. You might have had too much food and have a bit of a shallow breath, irregular breath. You may have had a stressful day, a stressful week, which may be determining how you're breathing. I don't want you to judge it. I just want you to immerse yourself in the experience of your unique breath. So let's start. There's different ways we can do that. Let's start by listening. With your eyes closed, just listen to the vibration. The breath is a vibration. It makes a sound. Just listen to the vibration of your breath. How it sounds, those pitch and tonal qualities of both the inhalation and the exhalation. Just for a few moments, the next 30 seconds to a minute, I want you to immerse yourself in the sound of your breath. And this is hard because your mind, which is used to being busy, will stop you, will keep distracting you. Running away to somewhere like what you've got to do later, or what you did yesterday, or I just can't be bothered with this, is pointless. I promise you it's not pointless. I have helped thousands of people with this. So, for a few moments, just listen to your breath. Notice how hard it is to keep that mind here. Just to focus on something that's internal. Something which is really important to you. It's a real challenge because our mind is not used to being still. Which can be one of the main problems in helping us be resilient. It's always analysing, worrying, conjuring up the future. So what I want you to do now is to feel your breath. If you're a kinesthetic person, somebody who likes to learn by touching and doing, this will be easier for you. I want you to experience the sensation of breathing. Immerse yourself in how the inhalation feels and how the exhalation feels. Just for 30 seconds to a minute. Try to keep the mind here with experience and breathing. If you're open to this, you're embracing this, you'll already be starting to feel the calming effects of just being with your breath. If you put a wall up, maybe not. If you're open to it, embracing this, you'll start to feel similar. Just by connecting to my breath, without expectation, worry about how it is, and just paying attention to my breathing, it calms me. Because we are very detached from the breath. Your breath is part of your autonomous nervous system. It happens on its own. We don't have to think about it. Like digestion, happens on its own. But we have the power to change our breathing. Why? Why? Well, we think, well, don't matter, does it? But the ancient yogis asked this question. Why can I change my breathing? What's the reason for that? Because you can use your breath more effectively. Many of us are reacting to day-to-day situations by breathing the wrong way, tensing up unnecessarily in different parts of the body. We're going to highlight in a moment. Many of us hold our breath when we're challenged for a moment or two. Why? Because we go into the flight or fight response. The breath in or out. Many of us then go into a rapid, irregular breath that we don't need, which doesn't serve us and makes us feel more stressed. Because we're not attached to the breath, we're not aware of it, many of us breathe the wrong way in various situations. So what I want you to do now is bring your focus to the crown of your head. I want you to highlight various tensions that you may hold in the body when you're reacting to circumstances, whether it's thoughts, a stress in work, stress in the family. I want you to lift your eyebrows up towards the crown of your head and take a deep breath in and hold it. Hold the tension experience around your forehead, your temples. Notice how the jaw starts to play a part. And then breathe out and let them relax. Scrunch your eyes up like you're squinting at the sun with the eyes closed. Create tension around your cheeks, your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in and hold the breath in as you experience this tension. And then breathe out. Release it. One of the main ones we're going to highlight, 3 main ones that many of us do. This next one is one of the main ones. We're going to have fun with this later. I want you to take a deep breath in, hold the breath in, and clench your jaw. There are many, I'm one, serial jaw clenchers in this world. Why do we clench the jaw? When we're using our arms physically to do things, when we're concentrating, when we're angry, when we're worried, we'll sit there with a grimace in the face. Hold the tension, experience it, recognize it. Now breathe out and give your jaw a wiggle. Let it go. When you focus, this is the second main one, to your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath in and lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Shoulder shruggers, hiding your head between your shoulders. You can do it with your elbows on the desk. You can do it stood up. People who take the weight of the world on the shoulders. I found generally it's people who think a lot, overthink. Hold that tension, hold the breath. Now breathe out, drop the shoulders down. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath in. And then tense up, right down the length of the arms to the fists, make fists in your hands. Hold both arms tense. Many of us do this, tense the fists, clench the fists when we are dealing with stress. Now you recognize we're doing it. Hold it, experience it, and breathe out. Shake out your arms. This next one is the most powerful, and the one I do more than jaw clenching, and the one I work one-to-one with many people with anxiety, stress problems, the one that made you want to see in people who come to my classes or one-to-one, your abdomen. I want you to take a deep breath in this time, fill up the lungs, breathe out, and at the end of the exhalation, I want you to hold your tummy in tight. Many of us hold our tummies in throughout the day. This restricts your breathing. This brings you a little bit into the flight or fight response. And many of us are walking around either because we want to look good, it's visually pleasing to have a flat tummy, or because we've dealt with lots of stresses and got into the habit of holding your tummy tight as a reaction. It restricts your breathing, which we'll talk about a little bit more about in a little while. So I want you to take a deep breath in, let the tummy come out, and breathe out. Take a deep breath in, fill up the lungs. Hold the breath in and engage your bottom, your glutes. Tighten them. You'll do this and stood up. There'll be tension there. Every time you tense up unnecessarily, you're wasting energy. You wonder why you're worn out at the end of the day, because we're reacting throughout the day, tensing, wasting energy, unnecessarily not breathing well. Breathe out, let it go, shake out. Take a deep breath in, fill up the lungs. Bring your awareness to your thighs and engage your thighs by kind of locking the knees in. So you might need to straighten your legs a little bit. Do this. Engage those thighs. Hold. Experience the tension in the quads. Many people are just standing to one leg all the time, putting that weight into one leg and the other one relaxes. And we wonder why we've got hip and knee problems at the end of the day. What's wrong with life? Breathe out. Let it go. Take a deep breath in. Point your toes towards your upper torso. Push out through the heels. And feel your shins, your thighs again engaging, tensed up. And then breathe out. Let it go. And then take a deep breath in, fill up the lungs. And point your toes towards the floor. So push down through the toes, lift the heel up and feel the tension in the calves. Hold. And breathe out. Finally, take a deep breath in. Fill up the lungs. And curl your toes around imaginary pencils. Feel the tension in the feet. Hold that tension. Let it go. Shake it out. The feet wiggle. Now take a deep breath in and just shake out from head to toe. Close your eyes again, let yourself relax and just feel. Even if you think this is a bit pointless, feel the body now. Many of us carry tension throughout the day. We go to bed with it, we don't know how to release it. We just keep building more and more tension because we're working hard and hard and hard and not letting go, and not being mindful for the body. Just to tense up that area that you feel tension in and embrace it instead of ignoring it or worrying about it can help. Because when you go to the extreme, there's nowhere else you can go. Just relax. So what I want you to do now is take a deep breath in. Really deep breath in. Hold the breath in and stay relaxed. And we're going to keep the breath in for a while now. What we're going to do is trigger the stress response. Hold your breath in, and I want you to be the observer of what happens as you hold this breath in. When you start, at first you'll feel strong and focused, but then you'll start to feel the characteristics of the stress response. Maybe it's a little bit of tension arising in certain parts of the body. Maybe that feeling of adrenaline kicking in around the abdomen, that kind of butterflies and sickle feeling. The need to tense up. The mind starts to race. You don't need to be scared of this response. It's just your built-in stress response from when we were more animalistic. But now it comes about when we're stressed at work in front of the computer. We don't really need it. It comes about when we see something we don't like on Facebook. It comes about when somebody beeps their horn at us. Sometimes quite dramatically, different degrees for different people. So you should be starting to feel that coming on now. You're still holding. Now breathe out and let go. Shake out. Many of us will sit there while we're concentrating on just dealing with the stress, holding the breath. And then we wonder why we're exhausted, why we feel on edge. So some of us, however, gasp. We'll be sat there dealing with a thought, a situation, someone go, like we've been underwater. So So we're going to do that now. Take a deep breath in, fill up the lungs. Breathe out slowly. And once your breath is completely out, keep the breath out. Stay relaxed in the body as long as you can. And just notice. At first you'll feel quite calm without the breath. Just notice what happens. The reason is when you start to notice the little subtle characteristics of the stress response going on, you'll be able to notice them more in life. You'll be able to then take charge. Which is what we're going to talk about in a little while. How to be resilient towards stress. Because a lot of stress is physical. It may seem psychological, but it's the way you react to the situations that makes you feel worse. This is through personal experience, which I'll talk about my experience at the end, but also through working with many, many people. A lot of it is physical. You should be starting to feel that with no breath now. The mind might be racing, it's telling you to breathe. Your muscles might be a reaction. You may have brought the hands together again as a reaction. Take a deep breath in. Give the body what it needs. And then breathe out. Shake out. Loosen. And open your eyes for a moment. Everybody okay? Feel a bit more kind of grounded? Calm? So, I just want you I want you to be aware of your body. If you like, you can look at the person next to you, they can look at you. And I want you to sit up tall on your chairs now. I will do comfortable position, so bring your back to the back of the chair. Sit up onto your chairs. Look at the person opposite you, choose something to look at. Let your hands drop to the floor. And looking at the person next to you, once you've chosen your person, I want you to watch them take a deep breath in. Are you all with me? Okay. Good back take a deep breath in together now. Take a deep breath in, look at the person, watch their body, and then breathe out. We don't need to talk about it. Deep breath in. Just watch the body breathe out. And again, take a deep breath in, watch the person next to you. And then breathe out. I want you to look at two things on the next one. I want you to look at the shoulders and the belly. Take a deep breath in again. And a long, slow exhalation. Now, how many people, the person who were watching, were lifting the shoulders? And they were breathing in. With the shoulders going up, put your hands up, the shoulders up. Any more shoulders? So significant amount of you saw somebody breathing like this. Yeah? How many people saw the tummy come outwards, really come outwards? Nobody. Nobody saw the tummy come outwards. So, do you know what this breath's called in the science world? Shoulder shrugging breath. Paradoxical breathing. Apparently it's not quite right. What we should be doing is what's called diaphragmatic breathing. When you breathe like this, which the majority of you said you did, witness, you are taking a shallow breath, basically, which then tricks your brain into thinking you need more. You don't have to need more oxygen, you get enough. But it tricks your brain into thinking you need more, so you take more breaths. So you end up breathing like this. How many people felt the tummy go in when you inhaled? Yeah? Yeah? Your tummy should be coming out. When your tummy goes in, it restricts your main breathing muscle, your diaphragm, which sits between your lungs and your digestive organs. Like this, like an open umbrella. And it's relaxed at the end of the exhalation. It's like a jellyfish. When you inhale, your diaphragm wants to do this and draw the breath into the depths of the lungs. If you're inhaling and your tummy's doing this, what are we doing? We're making the diaphragm go, can't really go anywhere. So you end up having to go, you don't feel like you've had much breath again, which means you're having to work harder, which means your stress response is going up. Also means you're creating neck tension. Like this. You're weakening your core muscles. You're strengthening areas you can be strong here, but over-strengthening to do with breathing. The performance of breath, which should be a duo, it should be your core and your chest and shoulders. So what we should be doing as we inhale is not lifting the shoulders, which you see with nearly every single one-to-one client I have. The tummy goes in, the shoulders go up. And they have no idea that plays a massive role in how they're feeling and performing and feeling life, basically. This is what I found in my own journey with many people. What we should do is we inhale. We try it now. It can be hard if you're not used to it, so don't get annoyed with yourself. We're going to inhale and just not lift. Expand this a little bit. You just watch my tummy. Relax your arms down. See me? I'm going to inhale, expand this, and you can see this really come out. See it come out. So sound the best you can hear how long it is. This is reflective. I'm going to tell you the science. Reflective for your body. You breathe slowly. So if you're sat at a desk, you don't need the breath like this, do you? You're sat at the desk, the boss has just said something, you know, like a child at home, and you're doing something quite relaxed, watching TV, whatever it is. You suddenly start going. You're not breathing to complement where you are. You're going into that flight to fight response from when we're cave people. Many of us are doing it a little bit throughout the day, but a lot of us are breathing that way throughout the day. What we want to do is letting that tummy come out. That tummy, scientifically, when you slow the breath down, you have what we call the vagabond nerves. A vagabond is a person who goes around to all different places telling stories, performing, whatever it is. You have what we call the vagus nerve, in America we call it the vagus nerve. It travels to all the major organs in your body. So one of those major organs is your lungs. When you take conscious control of your breath and slow your breath down, this rhythm is communicated to your brain. Your brain recognizes the slow rhythm and goes, oh, wait a minute, I don't need to be stressed, I need to create stress inhibitors. Stress inhibiting hormones, known as GABA. GABA butyric acid, which blocks your stress response. Dopamine makes you feel good. Instead of this adrenaline, cortisol pumping around the body. So when you slow your breathing down, you relax yourself. Makes sense, doesn't it? We all know it, we just don't use it. Like when somebody's really stressed in front of you, but you take a breath. Tell them, don't we? Probably all remember a brown paper bag situation. So when you have a panic attack, we would get a child to inflate the brown paper bag and deflate it. The brown paper bag does nothing. It's the awareness of slow breathing that brings you out of the stress response. But because we're so disconnected from the breath, we're all looking out here for all the answers, we just forget. And we're sat doing our jobs all day, where shoulders going up and down, tummy going in the wrong way. So what I want you to do now is not stress. If you're one of the people that I was, and still can be and I'm stressed, I want you to sit up tall again. I want you to bring your hands onto your tummy. Forget about the breath now, unless you're already really good at this. If there's a music teacher or a singing teacher, they'll be fantastic at it. Diaphragmatic breath is done by opera singers, professional sports people, runners use it. Anyway, hands onto your tummy. Forget about your breath, and I just want, without doing this, you don't want to do this in your back. My daughter's 7, and she's a shallow breather, and I tell her to do this, she goes like this. You don't want to do this, we don't want to bring the back into the tummy comes out. You just want to inflate the tummy. Don't worry about the breath, just bring it out, and bring it back in. Bring the tummy out, make yourself look fat, bring it back in. Just keep doing it until you've got conscious control of that tummy. See if you can do it slowly once it's coming out. See if you can bring it in slowly. And then when you think you've got control of that, I want you to, on the slow route, bring your inhalation into play. As you bring that tummy out, I want you to try to inhale slowly. If it's not something you're used to doing, you're going to struggle. Immediately, oh wait, do the opposite, that's not right. But it is right. It's how we're born breathing. If you look at a newborn baby, the chest hardly moves. Remember looking at my daughter, thinking, she's not breathing. Oh no, her tummy's moving. We're born breathing this way. Just life, social pressures, trauma, ends up making us like this. Holding that tummy in, breathing the wrong way. People managing to achieve that, managing to get the inhalation as the tummy comes out. So I want you to, for a few moments now, for 30 seconds, close your eyes and solely concentrate on bringing that tummy out. If you can breathe in through your nose, great, do so. But not all of us have that capability. We've got deviated septums or whatever. Breathe into the mouth if you need to. But for 30 seconds now on your own, I want you to see if you can create a long, slow inhalation as the tummy comes out, allowing your diaphragm to do its job properly, and a long, slow exhalation as your tummy comes in. Just have a go for 30 seconds. open your eyes. Feel calmer, more connected to yourself. Just 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You can do this wherever you want. Nobody's going to know you're doing it. Do it sat at a desk, sat on a bus, stood up at a bus stop, wherever. Whenever you start to feel, which is why we're doing intense and relaxing at the start, whenever you start to feel exhausted, engaged unnecessarily, shallow breath, stop. Take a moment. Go, okay, I'm not feeling great. I can directly influence my nervous system by taking control of my breath. That will then, when your vagus nerve produces those chemicals, as we know, we feel calm, we feel focused. So if your mind's littered, I can't, I'm going crazy, I'm really stressed, I can't gather a thought, I can't focus. Slowly breathing down. The body's really tense, I feel poorly. Slowly breathing down. Famous people who are on TV doing these things right now. You've probably heard of the Iceman, some of you. Wim Hof. What's he doing? Dealing with the ice. How's he doing it? Breathing. He's changing his breath to deal with extreme circumstances. And for many years, lots of yogis throughout the years have done the same thing. He's just a yogi, just dressing up in a different way. Your breath is so powerful. We need to realise as a culture how important it is. So, I'm timing now, already, it's gone quickly. So, before we do something fun, I'll tell you my story. So you think, well, who's this guy? And then we'll end with something fun. So my name's Damian, I'm 43. At the age of 25, I lost my father to cancer, which was horrible, but I had to support my mum and stuff. I was studying for my degree in the last year. In my 2 years later, when I just finished my degree, my mum, well, a year before my degree finished, my mum found cancer. She also died. I was a main carer for the last year of her life. I lived with her on my own, because I was the only member, I'm one of 6 lads, the youngest of 6 lads. I'm the only one who didn't have a partner or a family. They all had families, their own things to do, support. So I was my mum's main carer, and in those times experienced lots of trauma, lots of sadness, saw somebody deteriorate, obviously. So after that, for the next 3 years, in 27 then, I didn't have anything to go to really. My family tried to help my brothers, but they had their own lives. I ended up immersing myself in drugs, alcohol, medicated drugs, getting into a very, very bad way. Getting chronic anxiety where I could be sick on the spot, losing my mind pretty much. Certain points I didn't want to be here. I had 2 nervous breakdowns during that time. As you can see, talking about it stresses me a little bit. So, yeah, I went to psychologists and counsellors, and talking does help, but there was something more to me. It was nice to talk, it was good to let go, but there was something else going on, the physical. My body, the way it reacted. So I wanted to know what that was about, because I thought, I'm not going to be here for much longer if I carry on away. So me and my partner, I found a girl from that point, she's amazing, I'm still with her, mother of my child. We went to India and started to explore India and the culture and their ways and stuff. Discovered mindfulness, yoga, but especially for me, breath, massively. Came home from India after 6 months and immersed myself, in myself, eyes closed on the mat, breathing, looking at my body, the way I reacted to these poses, because if you look at the yoga poses, they're stressful. You bring yourself to a situation, a pose, whatever it is, your body reacts and goes into exactly the same response as you would if you're in danger or somebody says something you don't like at work. I know there are various degrees, but it's the same stress response. So I thought, right, wait a minute. So this is the same stress response. So if I can relax on this position on the floor, I can do that in life. How can I do that? So it's actually a question. It's actually realise the breath. The breath is the way, basically. So I spent the next 10 years, and still am, discovering myself and other people, trying to spread this message to people. You can use your breath to bring about a different state, to help you be resilient in life. Because life is unpredictable, like that we just had. Things happen. It's how you deal with those situations. You can let it stress you, go into that chest breathing, paradoxical breathing, or you can take control, bring yourself back to you, take deep breaths in. So I've helped myself, and I've got myself to the point where I'm standing in front of people now, talking and helping people, hopefully. So we can all do it if it's just a little bit for yourself, just be more aware of your breath. We're going to end the session, have I still got time? We're going to end the session with something funny. Now, probably glad that I didn't put the camera on the audience now, because, or on you guys now, because you're going to do something funny with your faces. And I want you to embrace this. You don't have to, but this is one of the most ancient, authentic yoga poses. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to make myself look funny in front of you. Many of us, one of the main tensions, we talked about the 3 main tensions: shoulder, abdominal, didn't we? The abdomen tension, we've sorted that out with the diaphragmatic breath. The shoulder tension, again, we've sorted out with the diaphragmatic breath. The other one is this, clenching your jaw. Now I mentioned it, you'll probably catch yourself doing it loads. So, this is a way to relax your jaw. It looks funny, it sounds funny, but what it's doing is taking the tension out of muscles all surrounding the mandible. When your jaw is clenched all the time, it can affect your breathing. Is there anybody here who struggles to breathe through the nose? If there is, you have to put your hand up. If there is, see how you feel after it. It can create tension around your eyes, tension, headaches, clenching your jaw, neck tension, tension around the back of the head. It has so many negative effects, and many of us do it. So this next pose, known as the lion pose, and there's various things you can do with your arms and legs, but we're just going to do the face. It's about 3,000 years old, and it's one of the most effective things I've found for serial jaw clenches, and help you gain control of your face, relax your face, help you breathe in, and I think it improves your eyesight as well. So I'll show you first of all. I'm going to do some funny things. What I want you to do, just while you're watching this, give your jaws a wiggle. Sit your tongue out a little bit, just loosen up this area. The reason I say it, I said it yesterday in the class, is because I told one young lad in the class about this. We did it in class. He loved it, went out the weekend, didn't prepare for it, brought his mouth into the position we bring ours into, and then his jaw locked in front of us. And he couldn't get out of it. So, make sure you give your jaw a wiggle, give your cheeks a wiggle. So, I'm going to sit down. I'll do this still. I can do it still. I'll just do it like this. So I'm just going to prepare you. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh at my face. I'm going to widen my mouth as much as I can. So I'm going to take a deep breath in. What you're going to see is I'm going to widen my mouth as much as I can. I'm going to stick the tongue out as far as I can. My tongue doesn't go very, very far. I've only got a small attachment here. You might be able to touch your chin. Mine goes about here. So I'm widening my mouth. I'm sticking the tongue out as far as I can. And then I'm widening my eyes as much as I can, and I'm looking up to this space between the brows, which stretches all around the occipital nerves here, which is so used to doing this, looking down at the phone. Yeah, many of us are in this round shoulder posture, which affects your breathing. So I'm going to look up to this space. I'm also going to sound out a funny breath as well. I want you to embrace this. We're all doing it. It's fun. You might think, what is the point of this? But just give it a go and see how you feel after it. See how you feel after it. And have a drink. I'm talking too much. Not listening to the body. So are you ready? I'm going to take a deep breath in. Recognise it? Hunter, recognise it in our culture. So it's not just studying yoga, it's studying other cultures as well. We've seen New Zealand rugby players doing it. There's a reason for it. So, one thing you might find, you'll get a slobber on your chin. I'll show you again, and then I want you to embrace it and have a go. We're going to do it 5 times. It doesn't matter how you look, because everybody's doing it. Yeah? So widening the mouth, sticking the jaw out, the tongue out, sorry. Sounding the breath out and looking up to this space between the brow. You ready for it? Yeah. Do you want me to do it once first and then you join me? Yeah. So I take a deep breath in. Oh, look, I don't care. The old people do like this. Not bothered. So you ready? Yeah. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Play down. Take a deep breath in. Go for it. Well done. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Straight into the next one. And again. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. And again. 2 more. 2 more. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. One final one, and after I don't need to laugh. Just be quiet after this. Last one. Just be quiet after it. Take a deep breath in. Last one. Close your mouth. Be quiet. Close your eyes and just breathe. Give that jaw a bit of a wiggle. If you struggle to breathe in through your nose, try. Notice how the warmth around the face, radiating around the face. It's a way to relax something that we never get back to. The face chews, the mouth chews all the time, the jaws clenching a lot throughout life. So we're going to end with one thing now, a positive affirmation. I want you to close your eyes again, breathe diaphragmatically, let your hands relax, get yourself back into that relaxed position. Breathe diaphragmatically, like we've been talking about throughout the class, let your tummy come out. And I want you to, not go into denial here, because we all have one. I want you to pick your best quality. You have it. You have something which you are amazing at. It might be kindness, it might be good at something. I want you to bring to that space that you just looked up to, as you breathe deeply, that thing, that quality which you have. I want you to bring this word, recognise it. And just breathe on it for a second. I want you to then visualise in that space where you've used it in the past. Maybe one or two circumstances, how you put that quality that you have to good use. Now I want to visualise how you can use it more. Where can you use it more? Something in your life probably needs help somewhere or some situation. Visualise yourself using it more in the future. Where? We're all taught, and we understand why, to celebrate, not celebrate, sorry, to look at the negatives, to look at what we're not good at. I understand it because it achieves results, get us to try new things, to progress in life, but we're not taught enough from day one to celebrate what we are and who we are, to look at those other things that we're actually good at and celebrate them, put a lot of positivity into them. You're all amazing human beings. Smile at yourselves. If you can bring a gentle smile to your face, because you know what? You're great. You're good enough. And you are the survivor of a long line of DNA. You've got to this moment now. You are our current generation on this earth. How amazing is that? We're living. We're alive. We're here now. So keep your eyes closed. I want you to bring your hands together and rub the palms together. Build up some friction. Friction is energy. So energy between the palms. Warm energy. With the eyes closed, I want you to bring the hands, cup them over closed eyes. Once you've built up that wall. I want you to feel the wall for the eyes and then just look from side to side. Open your eyes up and look from side to side. Up and down a few times. Waking up the eyes, looking towards the light, and increasing the cracks of light. Bringing the hands down and we feel ready to, and then room back into vision. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you you want to chat at the end, if anybody's got anything that we need to talk about or want some advice, I have got one-to-one, feel free to do so while I'm back. Nice to meet you all, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.